Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Hi, gang. You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name's Jerry Begley, and we're in the studio today with Josiah, my son. How you doing, Josiah?
Good.
Yeah, looking pretty good over there. Your brand new haircut. We're going to be talking about Josiah's rock shop when we get back. And if you have kids or know of any kids, you got to listen to this one. We'll be right back.
Guess who needs to laugh the most? Your dentist. Day after day, they look into mouths of people with rotten teeth and bad breath. Give your dentist a breath of fresh air by sending them a copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come. And soon they'll be reclining in the chair and you'll be running the drill. To pick up your copy, send $20 check or money order to Tooth Fairy, 400 Prospector Trail, Marble, Colorado, 81623. That's Tooth Fairy, 400 Prospector Trail, Marble, Colorado, 81623. Don't forget, February is Pediatric Dental Month, so give them a reason to smile.
It's raining tacos, out in the street, tacos, all you can eat, lettuce and shells, cheese and meat. It's raining tacos, yum, 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 yum.
Josiah, what's that machine you have in your hand?
It's a frog massage.
You mean it massages frogs?
No, it massages people.
Oh, wow. I think I could use that a little bit later on my shoulders. So, a frog massager, huh? Anyway, we're going to talk about your little rock shop that you had out here. So you came to me early in the summer and said, Dad, I want to sell rocks. Can you want to tell me why you decided to sell rocks?
Make money.
Yeah, and you live in the Rocky Mountains, right?
Yeah.
So are there any rocks anywhere close to your house?
Yes.
Like a lot of rocks?
Yes.
When you came to me and said you wanted to have a rock shop, do you remember me talking to you about not to be disappointed? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I said, Josiah, we live on a dead-end road in a very remote part of Colorado, way up in the mountains, so don't feel bad if nobody comes to your rock shop, right?
Yeah.
Now, we live high enough up on the mountain, and can you see people when they come up the hill?
Yes.
About how far away are they when you first see them?
2 feet. 2 miles.
Yeah, so it takes a while for them to get up to our place, doesn't it?
Yeah,
about how many minutes?
Yeah, but then I'm out there in stocking feet.
That's right. You go running out there in stocking feet.
I think this summer I'm going to keep my shoes on.
Oh, that's a good idea. Do you think people would buy more shoes if you had? Do you think people would buy more rocks if you had shoes on or socks?
Socks.
Yeah.
Because I'm the cutest little thing.
Oh my word!
That is how I get most of my rocks.
You mean most of your money?
Yes, most of my money.
When you're standing around in socks.
And smiling.
Oh, and smile. Is smiling a big part of selling rocks?
Smiling and waving, yes.
You know, this kid has a capture rate of about 95% of the cars that come by will stop and buy rocks from him. If you were driving up in the middle, absolutely nowhere, I mean nowhere, and you went by this place and there's a little kid standing out there with a little rock shop, you'd stop and buy rocks too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I sell lemonade.
Oh.
That didn't really go well.
Why not?
Well, because the lemonade wasn't that kind of lemonade. It was a different kind of lemonade.
Did you ever get bugs in the lemonade?
No.
Oh, so it's pretty clean stuff.
Yeah, we would just run out there with the lemonade before before the person got there.
And getting back to it, that's because you can see cars coming from 2 miles away, winding up the road. So it takes them about, 10 minutes to get here?
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they get up, they're hot and thirsty, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, do you have a good view from your lemonade stand?
Yes.
Possibly one of the best views in the United States from a kid's rock shop / lemonade stand. Good deal. You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. We're going to be back here with a little bit more rock shop stories in just a moment.
Hello, Mr. Luden?
Yes, this is Dick Loudon.
I'm calling about the world's smallest horse.
What about it?
I got a horse smaller than that.
You do?
I'd like to see it.
You got it, pal. I'll bring it down.
Wait a minute. I don't think we have time for this today.
Wait a minute, Dick. Go with it.
What?
Improvise. This is great. If he wants to bring him down, let him.
Dad,
What?
you can't massage your shoulders. We have to get on with the show.
Right, I forgot. That felt really good. Thank you. Anyway, we're back with Comedy Parenting Radio. We've got Josiah here. He's a rock shop expert because he has one here in Marble, Colorado. What type of rocks do you sell?
Well, I sold a rock that was kind of like a geode. It was my only geode rock.
Mm-hmm.
I sold that, but when you put it in rain, left it out in the rain, it would be very pretty.
Oh, yeah. Those rocks look really beautiful in the rain. And any other kind of rocks that you sold?
Limestone.
Oh, limestone. Yeah, that's a good one. Any fossils?
Fossils of seashells up at...
She shells by the seashore, doesn't she?
Uh-huh. But from the flood...
What flood?
Imagine, well...
What flood?
Flood where it covered the entire earth.
You're talking about Noah's flood.
Yeah.
So you're selling seashells from Noah's flood?
Yes, and they are
my.
fossilized up at... What is that place? Up at?
Prospect Point?
Prospector Point. Which, Dad, how high is our elevation of our house?
8,500 feet here at the studio.
8,500 feet. But higher than that.
Oh, I know. We've got shells and limestone above us quite a ways, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
What's the elevation of the top of the mountain that we live on? It's over 12,000 feet high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to what kind of rocks you sell. Do you ever sell marble rock?
Yes.
What color is the marble you sell?
White. But if it was green, I could get gems out of them.
Did you know that the marble that you sell is the most pure white marble in the world?
No.
It's right here in the town we live in Marble, Colorado. And guess how thick? Well, guess how thick that marble is where they're mining it.
It's about... It could be up to at least about 300 feet.
Yeah, it's about 300 feet thick of pure white marble going down into the mountains. And that stuff is all made out of seashells and fish bones.
True.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. We'll be back in just a little bit with Josiah's Rock Shop.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by AdoptUsKids.org.
I don't know how to talk like a parent. Don't make me come back there. You see what I mean? It's pretty awful. Try it again. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That one kind of sounded like my dad. Weird.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Okay, it's Comedy Parenting Radio. Josiah's Rock Shop is what we're discussing here today. He also sells lemonade. And you had a guy who did what one time with his lemonade?
Well, I have lemonade, and the first time I ever had it was a guy came up, and he was filling up our propane tank, and I got him interested in lemonade.
Man, those propane guys, they love lemonade.
Yeah, but he took his water bottle, and we poured it into his water bottle, and yeah.
He ran it down off the mountain with some fresh lemonade, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have any employees that work for you?
One.
Okay. And does he file taxes?
No.
What does he do for you?
Well, he kind of helps me get rocks.
So you have someone who helps collect rocks with you?
Yes, but I can't collect rocks from my little mine that I made. Or a humongous... What are those things? The centipedes? A humongous centipede came crawling out of the rock and scared me half to death.
Those are the dangers of collecting rocks, aren't they?
You always find a centipede or a nest of ants.
Ants in your pants? Do they ever bite?
Yes.
Oh, you've got some good biting ants out there, don't you?
Yes, and I've actually ran through an ant pile.
Did you survive?
Yes.
Wow. Sort of like Davy Crockett kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Josiah. Now, one time you made a lot of money with your rock shop in a short time, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, I was sitting on our couch, and I saw these two Jeeps coming down. It was at
coming
least
down the mountain.
Yes, and it was at least about 7 o'clock summer. So it was a little dark out. It was dim. And they were coming down with their Jeep. And I saw their two Jeeps. They were like about 2 miles from the house.
Well, if they were coming down, they were about 2 minutes away, right? Maybe 2 minutes from being here.
So I ran out in my stocking feet, and two Jeeps stopped. And I noticed someone was doing a tour and a hike. So I sold a lot of rocks. I sold my geode, a lot of other stuff, and I made 83 or 4 bucks. No, 88. And so I ran back down to the house, and I laid out all my money in front of Dad, and I was screaming the rest of the night.
That's absolutely correct. This kid sold over $80 worth of rocks in 10 minutes or less, and came in the house just yelling and screaming. And I said, "Is that all the money you made from all summer long?" He said, "No, I just made it in 10 minutes. So the moral of the story is get your kid looking really cute, wearing socks and running out and standing in a pile of dirt, selling rocks, and you too can make a lot of money in a short time. This has been Comedy Parenting Radio. We've had Josiah up here in the art studio today, and thanks for coming, Josiah.
Thank you.
We'll catch the rest of you guys next time. In the meantime, Josiah, you can take that rock hammer with you.
Thanks. That'll help.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.